All right, guys, Chris Clothier here with another market breakdown. We're going to keep going through the series. So we've already talked about Memphis and Dallas. Today, I'm going to talk about Houston and San Antonio together in one video. So these two markets, they round out our offerings in Texas. We love the Texas market for lots of reasons. Number one reason why we like Texas is the growth of not only population, but jobs. There's just a lot of economic opportunity in Texas. We're talking about from the import-export phenomenon. So you got the border with Mexico, you got the highways that run straight up through Canada, you got a lot of trade that occurs down there. You've also got the ports down in Houston, which you see a lot of commerce move through that area. So this is a hotbed for movement, hotbed for all types of different commodities, all types of different products, a lot of manufacturing, just a lot happening. Then you add into it the simple fact that Texas, the lack of a income tax, the very pro-business approach from the administration, the government down there for the past couple of decades, they want to grow jobs. They want to be known as a place for companies to go to. So outside of Dallas, which is the second biggest market we're in, Houston and San Antonio, I think, are going to be the next two biggest markets that we're going to. Right off the bat, Houston is one of the top 5 markets in the nation as far as size. The area is massive. The housing has now spread out into all the suburbs. There's lots of great places to invest there. We invest particularly north of I-10 and west of Highway 45. If you're looking at a clock, it's from 9 to 12. That's where we really prefer to invest for lots of reasons. Lower cost of insurance, number one. And then it's also where some massive growth is taking place. Not so much the infill that's more down in the city, not so much the gentrification that's happening through parts that are closer to the center, core of the city, but more of where the median priced homes and where the people that are moving in from other states, it's where they're really starting to go to. It's easy to get around the city with all the different highways and the thoroughfares. A lot of people, don't get me wrong, 6 million creates a lot of traffic, but still, we love the particular market. Over half the population rents because the population is so big. I think that is more of a reflection of the lack of housing than anything else. But our price points there tend to be a little bit on the higher side, $250 to $300, but the deal is there. Rents, there's generally high demand for rents. There's a low transient rate. So when somebody finds a really good property they want to be in, they tend to stay. And the income matches the price of the home. So you have affordability right now is not a major issue. San Antonio, smaller market. We're talking a market that's about half the size of Houston and less than 35% of the population rents. That tells you the housing is a little newer and there's more of it. Our price point in San Antonio tends to be $215 to $275, but it can reach the $300,000 price point as well. Great market, we love it. I also like the fact that in San Antonio the housing stock tends to be a little bit newer. As far as jobs, look, San Antonio, big military presence down there. The population is starting to boom just as fast as it is in Dallas and Houston, and there's just this buzz throughout all of Texas, but it permeates from Dallas. It goes down through Houston, San Antonio. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I'm not talking Austin. It's just too expensive for us, and I don't like the future for Austin for lots of reasons. But I do like Houston and San Antonio. I think that when you're looking at the fact that Houston has been able to diversify its industries outside of just energy. And so such a high, heavy reliance on oil that they now have, I think it's roughly 15 different sectors that are heavily concentrated in Houston. You've got real job diversity, and that's really going to allow for that market to continue to grow in value as it grows in population. San Antonio, I go back to it again, it's smaller. You got more of this hometown feel, but it's growing quickly. People are beginning to recognize that it's close proximity to Houston, it's close proximity to Austin, close proximity to Dallas, not too far away. That regional feel of growth is coming in there when Dallas is getting overcrowded and Houston's getting overcrowded from a job perspective. Companies and individuals are starting to look at San Antonio as a place to go to, as a next area to grow. So from a perspective of an investor of, look, I'm looking at a 5 to 7 year portfolio, maybe 7 to 10 on the outside. These are two markets that I believe, whether it's all of your portfolio or just a piece of your portfolio, I think it's high quality. Somebody that wants to invest in multiple markets, these are two that I would be looking to add at least one house into my portfolio if I'm going to have 5 or more. I like both of these cities. They're great for diversification. They're great for growth in both income on the rent side and in value. And I think on anywhere from a 5 to 10 year hold, you're going to see a nice amount of appreciation in the price of your home. I love these two markets. Definitely would add them to my portfolio if you are looking to build out that good high quality long-term portfolio. Okay, next I'm going to shift into talking about the Oklahoma markets. I've got Oklahoma City and Tulsa. I'm going to touch on Missouri and Arkansas, where we have St. Louis and Little Rock, and I'm going to finish off with the Alabama markets. So be sure to stay tuned to the next videos coming up.